This is Frank Demore with the End Times Research Ministry. I'm going to be connecting the dots between something that came out in the news and what Jesus warned about the last days. In Revelation chapter 7, verse 16, Jesus warns us about what to look for considering the sun and what's going to happen on the earth. And he says this, never again will they hunger. So that tells us they are going to hunger. And he says, never again will they thirst. So during the tribulation period and during the birth pang period, people are going to hunger and they are going to thirst. Also, look what he says, the sun will not beat upon them, nor any scorching heat. These are the people who are coming out of the tribulation period, and they found that they were thirsty, they were hungry, and the sun, the intensity of the sun beating down on them. Also, in Revelation chapter 16, verse 8, it says this, the fourth angel poured out his bowl on the sun, and the sun was given power to scorch people with fire. So these are the things that the Lord said to look for. It's only part of many prophecy signs. Let me show you what's going on currently. Because I've been warning you to watch the news, and every year you're going to see the temperatures go up. They have to go up, because we do know that since the Lord spoke to us about the earth being scorched, it only stands to reason that the temperatures have to go up. So here's the most current news. I took this from the Daily Mail. This information was taken June 16th of 2016. The hottest May in modern history. Earth breaks heat record for 13th month in a row. Earth sizzled to its 13th straight month of record heat in May, but it wasn't quite as much as an over-the-top scorch or as previous months, federal scientists say. Record May heat from Alaska to India, and especially in the oceans, put the global average temperature at 60.17 degrees Fahrenheit, 15.65 degrees Celsius, according to NOAA. That's 1.57 degrees, 0.87 degrees Celsius above the 20th century average, according to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. This report also says there's still a good chance that June will break records, even as El Nino, one of the two main reasons for record heat, dissipates, scientists say. And in the U.S. Southwest, temperatures are forecast to dance near 120 degrees later this week into next week. NOAA's July through September forecast is for hotter than average temperatures in the entire United States, except a tiny circle of southeastern Texas. So were they on the mark when they said that in June they expected even hotter temperatures? Let's take a look. July 19th of 2016, the Daily News reports, look at the headline, June breaks heat record as 2016 keeps shaping up to be, look at this, the hottest year ever. This report comes with an interactive map showing you the intensity of the heat. Take a look. The month of June set another heat record, continuing a troubling trend over the last 14 months. Global temperatures in June were 1.62 degrees Fahrenheit warmer than the 20th century average, according to findings released by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. The measurements marked the highest change for any June since records began in 1880. NASA, which also conducts studies on worldwide temperatures, released similar data Tuesday. The space agency says June was 1.42 degrees Fahrenheit warmer than normal. Both studies suggest last year's El Nino phenomenon is wearing off as warming has slowed. However, June marked the 14th consecutive month the monthly global temperature records have been broken, the longest such streak in NOAA's 137 years of record keeping, NOAA said. Now I turn my attention to news that came out July 20th of 2016 from Live Science. Headline, hottest year ever. 2016 burns through heat records, NASA says. Take a look at the short video that they have displayed on their report. Report said this year may be only half over, but 2016 is already on track to be the hottest year ever on record, with each of the first 6 months from January to June setting new temperature records, NASA officials announced this week. For the first time, NASA shared a mid-year climate analysis, doing so because temperature averages this year have been so in excess of previous data, agency officials said. NASA data showed that each month in 2016 was the warmest prospective month globally in the modern temperature record, which dates to 1880. This trend suggests 2016 will surpass 2015 as the hottest year on record, NASA said. If you haven't been following this type of news, you're probably wondering why the scientists are studying the Arctic. Well, it's because the Arctic is melting because of the intense heat over the years. And National Geographic came out with an article January of 2016. See for yourself how Arctic ice is disappearing. Now, in this report, they have a map to show you what's happened over the years, and you'll see it says summarized concentration September 2015. You'll see it in the blue, and then it fades into a lighter shade of blue. Now, when you take a look at 1980, you'll see the perforated line. This is where it was, how much ice there was in 1980. Then you'll come over here and you'll see the orange medium, 1980 to 2000. Here it is right here. It has already decreased from 1980. You come over here, you'll see the perforated again, and this is 2012. So there's quite a difference between 1980 and 2012. But the concentration they're talking about here, as you can see, it expands even further than it was back in 2012. So as the Arctic ice disappears, it changes the land mass, and they're studying the effects that the decreasing ice has as the ice begins to melt away right before our very eyes. So the warnings that I took from our Lord Jesus Christ, I passed on to you. I've been telling you for years now. Each year it's going to get hotter and this planet will scorch. And when you see the news running parallel to what the Lord has stated, I think it's about time you begin to pay attention and to begin reading the word of the Lord for yourself. But much more than that, accept what he says as truth, because our Lord Jesus is telling you this information for your own good. If you see that the events are being played out just as he stated, you would have to be a fool not to recognize that Jesus Christ is in fact the Messiah. I would give your life to the Lord today. Don't wait. We're running out of time. And this prophecy about the intensity of the heat is just one part of many signs that Jesus gave to us.